Hi guys, we are gathering in my little craft room that we built in our basement of our house, and we are going to make two projects today. So since we're getting all the paints out, you might as well do both of them. So we're gonna make this really cute pumpkin, and this is paper mache, and you can find this at Hobby Lobby in their clearance because you know all their fall is, well, I didn't look at the app today, but maybe it's now maybe more than 50% off. You may wanna check that out. And then we're gonna make this cute little plaque. So we're gonna make two items with our paints that we bought in, and I'm gonna tell you how much everything cost at the end. So first off, let's talk about paintbrushes. So we're gonna put these off over here. And paintbrushes. So I do have my favorites, and I will tell you that the crazy thing is I like very well used paintbrushes. They've got the bristles a little bit stiffer. So I like to use those instead of brand new ones. But you have to start with new ones to get to your older ones. So what I usually like to do is go over in your art department, and when these are on sale, I usually buy this multi-pack that's here. And this is Artist Brush Set. It's by Fine Touch, and they're $13.99. And so when you buy these, I usually just go ahead and take them out, and I dispose of whatever I don't need. But this one, the only one I don't use in this one is probably this brush right here. It's a lot thicker. I guess I haven't painted with anything or used this one, so maybe I need to learn how to use this one. So what I usually like to do is go ahead and get all my new paintbrushes out and find a container to put those in. And you can get any little cute container that you have around, laying around to use. And I have bought this little item at Hobby Lobby also. And these are called show-off stencil brushes. And these you will find in your paint aisle. And I usually buy a large one, and then I usually buy a multi-pack of smaller ones. Again, you get all these really cute. So if you're just starting out, it's fun to go to Hobby Lobby and check out all the things. You may get very overwhelmed, so don't. And just remember, you don't need all of it at the beginning. There's a lot of things I don't use. I just have my favorites, and that's what I stick with. In this multi-pack, there are times that you will use these smaller ones, but I would say the majority of the time I will use some like this. In bigger projects, I will use this one. So here you go, you have all those. And then to go back to your art department, I usually like to buy this one, and this is $7.99 for these. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You get 6 brushes in this one. And I like these because when I do my handwriting, or if you get in those little corners and you need some touch-up work, this one is a multi-pack, which is great. And they do have some that are also, they have different lengths and thicknesses, but I will tell you the majority of the ones I use, especially when I'm doing writing for classes, this is the ones that I will grab first. So, oh, never mind, there's one more in there. So, we got all those out, and like I said, make sure when you're gonna go shopping, find those when they are half off. That will help the budget. Okay, so that being said, let's go ahead and let's get started. Let's talk about your paints next. So we've talked about our paintbrushes, and we're gonna go in and we're gonna go to our paints. Hobby Lobby has done a great thing. I have become really good friends with Sharon, which she's in the paint department at Hobby Lobby, and Deco Art has actually gone down to, each of these bottles are now 99 cents. They were $1.27, and she said that corporate said they needed to have their prices what's the word I want? Work with other, there's other department stores that were offering them at a cheaper price, which 40%, I do miss a 40% coupon that Hobby Lobby doesn't offer anymore, but they do more specials if you guys do watch. And if you are like me, you know what, you kind of know when your items go on sale. I knew it like clockwork, and the girls were like, oh, Sonya's here for her paints on Mondays, because I always get them when they're on sale. But now they're on sale all the time, and they're 99 cents. Deco Art is the only company I have ever used from day one doing crafts, and I've been doing crafts. Okay, my oldest daughter is 32, so I would say 30 years I've been dabbling in crafts. So, age myself just a little bit. Okay, so let's go ahead and let's get your paper mache pumpkin. And just letting you guys know, I will talk about the items that we're gonna need when we get to those. So I'm gonna set these over here. And when you are painting, what I also like to do is get some Dawn dish soap, and I like to put that in the bottom of my cup with a little bit of water. So when you're done, then your paintbrushes are already getting a bubble bath in their Dawn soap. The other thing is when you're crafting, if you don't have a craft room, and let me tell you, when I started crafting, we lived in a little small house, and my oldest daughter, Mindy, she can testify that the kitchen table, the kitchen counter, lots of times we didn't eat on anything except in the living room because mom's crafts were everywhere. And I was always put this big plastic tablecloth over my table. And that being said, like I said, it was just everywhere. But the other thing you could do now is, especially when we're doing these little crafting events with you guys, you can put this, you can go to the puppy aisle, and these are just puppy pads. So they're inexpensive, you can dispose of them, and your cleanup is super easy. So that's what I've done. I went to the puppy aisle, I picked up this, I think the pack was like $13.99 for, let me see. Okay, this one is training pads, 22 inches by 22, and it's large. And so that being said, there is, how many in here? 50. So this is gonna go this will go a long ways. So let's start painting. You can use any color that you want. I like oranges, I like creams, and like I said, whatever you're wanting to use, go for it. Okay, the other thing is that I don't buy this one at Hobby Lobby. I actually find this one at Walmart. And when we do painting classes, I always call it the paintbrush on steroids because it's nice and it's big. So again, this is a newer one, and this one is already well worn. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna use the well worn one, and I'll put the new one in there because we'll need it down later on. So as if you see the one that we've done, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna paint it orange really quick, and then you're gonna paint the stem on that brown. Like I said, you can use white, you can use cream, you can do your stem, in green, so you're picking your pumpkin where it's more of a early pumpkin. And I hope I don't get paint on my shirt. I just thought about this. I always paint with a smock on. And so if you do notice, I live in Kearney, Nebraska. If you guys don't know where I'm from, and we have the rustic patch. And my girlfriend, we went and drove to Lincoln, which is a little over 2 hours, and we supported her in her Havsie. And she did an amazing job. I'm so very proud of my friend Mindy, and my best friend, her name is Mindy, and my daughter's name is Mindy. So when we have conversations with our friends, we're like, so are you talking about your daughter, or are you talking about your friend? And also my best friend is also my hairdresser. So there's a bonus of having your best friend as a hairdresser, especially if you're gonna go to a concert, so you always have your friend to help you with your hair when you're having hair issues. And plus, she's also fun in general because we laugh a lot and our husbands are really good friends. But anyway, to go back to the run, she's been battling a sore knee, and bless her heart, she made it. And I will say it was very emotional. I may start crying because, yeah, I don't want to cry. So I'm very proud of her because that's a big accomplishment. So I told her that I will try to train myself, and I will join her next year. So I like to jog, not 13.1 miles, but I'm gonna give it a try. Goals, right? We all have to set goals in our life. Okay, so check this out. It's looking great, guys. And this is a great project to do with your kids. Go by, they have, I don't know, they may have smaller ones. And they have lots of paper mache if you go to the paper mache aisle at Hobby Lobby. especially at Christmas time. You can find some Christmas trees. You can do the same method. It doesn't have to be a pumpkin. So just use the same techniques that I'm doing right here. And then that is it. And the one thing I did not get ready before I started this video is I did not get my blow dryer. So I'm gonna have to step away for a second and grab that. And as you can see, you know, this does help a lot when we're doing this, so which is great. And you're just gonna keep going along and going around until it's all covered. And you don't have to do 2 layers, you're just gonna do the one, and you're just gonna keep pulling it down so your brush strokes are nice and smooth. Look how easy that is. Your kids would love to do this, or get some girlfriends together. Like I said, we're starting with a pumpkin, and like I said, they also have them in other paper maches. Okay, just keep going across, and once you think you've got it all, which it looks great, so you're gonna go ahead and put this in your water. It's done. Okay, next you're gonna get your next brush, and then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna go ahead and put some brown on there. Now, on mine, I did the burnt umber, and that happens. You just never know when a paintbrush is gonna go flying. Okay, so this is the burnt umber, and again, if you have leftover paint, just put it back in your bottle. Okay, now you're gonna go ahead and you're just gonna go along here, and you're just gonna keep going and going. Probably what I need to do is probably just get some little wet ones or a wet rag, so if I do get paint on my fingers. And this is our first paint project together, so I hope that I will show you that it's super easy just to play with some paints, and don't get scared, just start putting it on. Okay, there's the top. And this one was probably maybe a little bit too massive of a paintbrush, so you can get with a smaller one. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna start dry brushing. And dry brushing, there is no right or wrong way. There's just the one technique that you need to do. And you don't have to dry brush. You don't have to. And if you want to blend your colors, let me move these out of the way. If you want to blend your colors, just start putting your paints closer together. And then what you're going to do is you're just going to pull, and you're going to swirl and tap. And then you're just going to start pulling those colors. Now like there, I got maybe just a little bit too much of the other color. I used sand gray and cobblestone a lot at the store. So this one is cobblestone, and remember we're using the burnt umber. So you're just gonna keep pulling until you get that. And your pumpkin is still a little bit wet, which will help with your blending a little bit. It's just damp, so it will help keep going. And you can pull those lines down as far as you want. It's totally up to you. Remember, this is your craft project. I know when we do the crafting events at the store, people's like, so what do you think? I was like, well, what do you think? And like, well, you know best. I was like, well, how do I say this? My thought process may not be the same as yours, or how you want to decorate in your home, or what color schemes you want. And there's no right or wrong color scheme. It's crazy how some colors you don't think will go well together, and then they do. And then that's it. Okay, so you're gonna go around the top. And like I said, there's no right or wrong way. And then let's touch that up. Okay, so for me, I'm digging this. This one, I think I got a little bit too heavy. So I'm liking this look a little bit better, and plus I used a different one on there, which I wasn't too crazy about. So that's what that's looking like. Okay, so let's go ahead and put these in your water. We're done with the paints. So we're gonna put this over here, and I'm gonna put all my paints away over here. That way they're out of the way. Okay, now I'm gonna step away for just a second because I forgot the dryer, and we're gonna talk about the dryer. So when you're grabbing your dryer, okay, so sorry about that. I thought I had all my ducks in a row. My duck got out of its row. Okay, so at the store, and to speed up the method of when you are making your crafts, this is a dryer that you can buy at, I think I saw one at Hobby Lobby the other day. I did, on an in aisle. Down by the paints. I think all Hobby Lobbies are pretty much laid out the same. Sometimes they're, I mean, your aisles are all the same, but they may be in different locations. So that being said, this is a Wagner dryer, and this is what, I buy this from Hobby Lobby, and it is in the department with all your plastic sheets. So like winter's coming, and like if you have a window in your house that gets cold, and you put that plastic cover and then you use this dryer to shrink it to make it tight, that's what this is. And let me tell you, it's gonna get really hot. It will not look hot because it just doesn't, but it does. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna turn this on for just a few minutes just to dry this so we can go finish our project. And you don't want to get close because it will burn. Okay. Done. And then, like I said, it will get really hot, so make sure that you just get that out of your way. Okay, so the next thing we have, let's go and get this out of our way too, is we are going to go ahead and we are going to get our hot glue gun. And when we talk about hot glue guns, I love, okay, so a long time ago when I did crafts, glue guns were not cordless. And let me tell you, there was times that the cord was not long enough and it was very aggravating. And then bada bing, bada boom, someone was brilliant and made a cordless one. It is $29.99, I believe, at Hobby Lobby. It is very worth the investment, so worth it. So don't go with the cheap one, don't go by the $9.99 one or the $12.99. Buy the big jalopy. I guarantee you. If you don't like it when you buy it, please let me know, because I'll be really surprised if you don't. Okay, so back in the aisle where you're going to find this paper mache pumpkin, you're going to find a bag of leaves. And I believe this bag of leaves, I believe they were $4.99 for the bag. And as you can see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's lots of them in here. You will not use all of these unless you're going to make, I mean, you can go buy a whole bunch of these and make some really cute centerpieces for your table. If you are into like dough bowls like we are at the store, make them all different colors and then decorate with your dough bowl and then put these extra leaves in the bottom of your dough bowl. You can lay these around anywhere in your house and just add a little bit of color. So super cute. Okay. So you've got your pumpkin, you're liking it, and then you're just gonna go ahead and you're just gonna lay some glue. So just remember, the first time you buy your glue gun, it's gonna take a little while to get your glue to go through. So don't worry about that. And once it starts coming through, then you're good. Okay, so here is, and you're just gonna lay your leaves wherever you want. And you can put as many on there, you can go all the way around with your pumpkin. And I'm going to use the green ones, and we're just going to go like this and like this. Crafting is very therapeutic. I don't know if you guys know that, but it's very therapeutic. We get girls that come into the classes at the store, and they get very nervous. I mean, if you've never done it before, it can be very overwhelming. So when we do wood items and we have a jar of paintbrushes, say this. This would be very overwhelming for some ladies. So what I started doing is I take all the paintbrushes that they need to do their top coat, and I will lay the brushes out accordingly to the pieces. And they say that helps them because if you don't craft and you're doing it to hang out with your girlfriends and you're gonna try something new, I can see it could be very overwhelming. So they've appreciated taking some of the paintbrushes away because they don't know which one to use. Okay, so then you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna put this brown one on there. And like I said, this is your project, so you can do whatever you want with it because it is yours. And you have a lot of these things left over, so why wouldn't you get some girlfriends together and say, hey, let's do a crafting night. Okay, or Sunday fun day. Girls can bring over a bottle of wine and just have fun. Okay, so let's put one more in the back, why not? That way it's just not a one-sided pumpkin. Okay, let's see. And these are all just what they have a little bit of wire. So see, you could stick them into something if you have an arrangement, if you have a wreath, but I'm not gonna poke these in. I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna glue. Remember, glue gets hot. Have a box of Band-Aids just in case if you have not had experience with a glue gun, because it will scare you sometimes when you think that your glue is not going to double on your hand, and it does, and it hurts. Okay, so that being said, here is our pumpkin that we have so far. Okay, next thing you're going to need is some raffia. And you could buy raffia in the bundle at Hobby Lobby, and where the raffia is located is by your grapevine wreaths at Hobby Lobby. And they come in just small packages, and a little bit of raffia will go a long ways if you are not crafting a lot. If you are crafting a lot, you can buy multiple bags, or you can go to Walmart and they have a bigger bag that you can purchase from there. Okay. So, and what I usually like to do is I will double it up like this. I will hand make a circle like this, and then we're going to see which way we're going to have this go. This is the back and this is the front. So we're going to go and lay it like this and tie your bow, tie your knot, okay? That's what you're going to start with. Making bows can be a love-hate relationship, just remember that, okay? And then when you buy the raffia, it's going to come in thicker pieces like this. And so what you just need to do is, if you saw me earlier, you're just going to pull those apart and you're going to make them a little bit thinner so there's a little more flexibility in your raffia. There are some pieces in your raffia that are really thick and they're not fun to mess with, even try to mess with. So I usually just take those out and throw them away, because it's not worth your time to mess with at all, trust me. So you just keep pulling it apart until you get to the thickness of your bow that you want, okay? And then we're going to just keep going, and we're just gonna use all of it. Then we're going to, gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with these pumpkins when we're done with this craft project. Maybe I should take them down to the store and maybe enter to win them, or maybe a giveaway. I think a giveaway would be great. Okay, so as you've seen here on this one, what we did is I just did another twist. So sometimes you do this. Whatever it takes, right? Okay, so I did not do a bow. I forgot, because I do this bow. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to make another knot. So we knotted this one. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to knot this one again. Okay. There. Now, you're going to take this and you're going to go ahead and just tie this one on top of this one. And that way it's going to stay. And then we're going to secure it with a little bit of glue, just to be on the safe side. Now, if you had a staple gun like I do at the store, you can put a big old staple in there and hold it. Now, we may get to a point where I may need another air gun down here in my little crafting area at my store, or at the little shop here. Okay, so there you go. And you can leave this long, or you can leave it short. How about let's just leave this one long so you guys can see the difference. Let's just move this out of the way for a second, and then we're going to get it back out when we do this other project. Okay, so now we're going to make this bow here. We're going to move this one back here. We're going to move this one off to the side. Okay, let's talk about bow making. Okay, so this is a handy dandy. This is the mini bow. I have a bigger one at the store. This one you can find in the Christmas department with the ribbon, and these are $13.99, and right now, as you know, all Christmas is 50% off. Merry Christmas. So $13.99, half of this, and you're going to use this multiple times crafting with me down here in my little craft room. So it comes with this little handy dandy little pusher, but I really don't use this. So this little doodad, like I said, this is $13.99. It has instructions in here, but I'm going to show you Sonya's way of using it. So you can tuck this box away or you can throw it away, whatever you want to do. So for now, we're gonna set it there. I love twine. If you visit the store, we use twine on everything. Everything is burlap and everything is twine. Okay, and you can pick whatever kind of ribbon you want when it comes to your crafting. And I liked the orange and green together. So you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna lay your ribbon, go ahead and pull some of this out, and you can make your bow as big as you want, and you can make your bow as small as you want. So you're just gonna go ahead and lay this down here, and if you make your tail too long, it's okay because you've invested in a really good pair of scissors. So you're gonna go ahead, and actually I'm gonna make the tail just a little bit longer, and then you're just gonna start wrapping it this way, and this way, and just keep going back and forth. So my rule of thumb when I am making a bow, and you guys said you can make it as thick as you want. You're gonna go 3, like this, and then you're gonna make 2 of the smaller ones. There's one here and one here, okay? And then instead of pushing, because you got the strength in your fingers to push that down, and then you're gonna take this twine and you're gonna tie it, and you can do zip ties, you can do pipe cleaner, whatever you like to use to make your bow tight, use it. I just use a lot of twine, and that's what I always have at the store. And then you're gonna knot it, and then you're gonna knot it again, okay? Then you're gonna take your scissors, bada bing, bada boom, and then you're gonna go ahead, and what I usually like to do is I usually like to make we'll go this way, and when you're cutting, make sure you know the direction of that. So you're gonna go this way, and you're gonna go this way. And if you like the angle, use the angle, however method you like for your bows to be. Then you have your bow like this, and then if you need to, you can pull it, and you go here, and this one in the back, I usually like to leave that one in the middle, and then you're just gonna pull them apart. See how that is? That's super easy. And you can just sit, and you can, if you're gonna do a lot of craft projects, you can sit and watch TV and make bows. And again, keep your fingers busy, therapeutic, and there. See? Hey, it's a bow, and it's easy. Okay, so that being said, we're gonna move our bow maker over here, and we're gonna move our ribbon because we're gonna make some more ribbon here in just a little bit. Put your scissors away. Always when you're crafting, try to make sure that your crafting area stays clean. Sometimes, that's my method of my craziness that I try to stand by at the store. But sometimes, if you've not known me very long, I have lots of squirrels, and I'm okay to admit that. And sometimes it can get kind of messy, but I've been trying to do pretty good about trying to keep it super clean. Okay, so that being said, you've got here, and then you've got here. So let's go ahead. And what I like to do is once I've got my bow made, I like to go ahead and put a little dot of glue right here in the middle where those 2 little loops are, and then just hold those and glue those together. Because whatever you use that is comfortable for you, it's always gonna hide because you're gonna glue these 2 pieces together. It's super easy. Okay, there you go. Okay, so then what you're gonna do is you're just gonna take this glue and you're just gonna put it right here, and then you're gonna hold your bow. And this you may have to hold for a little bit, so just be patient. And then that way it's gonna hold. And like I said, if you have an air nailer, you can use the air nailer on here. It will hold in here. But we don't have an air nailer at the Griffiths house. So the air nailer is at the store. People that ask me, are you the shop or are you the store? Well, the shop is where all the woodworking, the magic happens. And then the store is our location downtown Central. We have a home decor store. In the back of the area, we have the rustic patch, the recipe patch is located downtown on Central. The front store is where you can buy all your cutesies, and then the back is where you can just make your own cutesies. And we also have a full functioning kitchen. Okay, there you are. Super easy. So, my little cheat sheet. Your pumpkin, I believe, was $8.99. Your ribbon was $4.99. And like I said, I've made 2 projects and there's a lot of ribbon in here. So, you're gonna have some ribbon left over, pack it away for next year, or you start your projects earlier in the fall and you just keep using your ribbon, because when you are decorating for any holiday, it's always usually good to try to keep the same theme of ribbon to go throughout, to make sure that your eye is carrying through your house. So I have to get something to drink. So the same ribbon, like decorating, you want your eyes to cover the whole area, and that way it blends and nothing just like, ooh, that's like not the right color to be having in this room. So there's that. And then we had our leaves, and I believe our package of leaves was $6.99 or $5.99, and that tag I did not keep. Why? I don't know. So this project altogether cost you full price at $20.97 plus tax. 50% off of that was $10.48. You did this for $11. That's a heck of a deal, and it's cute. So, and if you want to, like you said, we just have a little bit of that dry brushing showing here. So if you want to pull it all the way down, and if you want to draw lines on here, do that. But this is your project. So this one is completed with everything at 50% off, and you made it for $11. I love Hobby Lobby's half price. Okay, so this one is done. So we can put this one off to the side. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna work on this little guy. And this one is a great one, and I would definitely say this one is worth grabbing some girlfriends and making this one together, because you have everything in multi-packs, and why not do it all together? So we're gonna reuse this one. It's all dry. So we're going to go ahead, we're gonna grab your board. So this is your board here. Cut your tag off, your price tag off. And this one is in the fall crafts. And this one actually only cost you $2.99 full price. So half price of that's $1.50. That's a deal. Okay, so we have our little hanger, and then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna go into the stencil. And when you buy the stencil in the fall department, it comes with 2. So it comes with leaves, which is cute. I did not use the leaves on this one, but you can. And then you're gonna use this cute pumpkin, okay? And guess what? I'm gonna dig my plate out of the trash can because we're gonna need it. Okay, then you're gonna need a package of these. Your stencil is $1.99. The wall plaque we said was $2.99. And these, I believe, bows were $2.99. And we'll go tally all this at the end. So let's get started. Okay, we're not gonna need these. You can set those off to your basket off to the side. And I'm just gonna move those all over there. Okay, in your multi-pack of words, that comes with thankful and it comes with blessed. So we have thankful already done, so let's do blessed, okay? And like I said, this is when you get some girlfriends together and go craft together. Okay, put those in there. Okay, first off, we're gonna go ahead and we are going to lay your stencil down where you want it to go. And remember that you are going to put this ribbon at the bottom. So we don't need this right now. Let's move our gun out of the way. Get the paper plate out of the trash can, Sonya. See, the duck went boom. Okay, so if it would help you to know where your stencil needs to go, I want you to go ahead and I want you to cut a piece of ribbon. And you don't need to go all the way around the back because no one's going to see it because it's going to hang. So that's about the thickness or the length that I usually use. And like I said, if you feel more comfortable going all the way around, if you think someone's going to see it or you're going to give it as a gift, if you're going to give it as a gift, wrap it all the way around so it's nice and finished on the back. And always make sure you take the little stickers off. I don't like stickers. So that being said, you're gonna get an idea of where your pumpkin is. Now we're gonna do dry brushing stenciling. This is when it gets really fun. I love dry brushing stenciling, and I'm trying to think, where did I do with those other stencil brushes? Oh, they're right here. Okay, so this would be a great, we are going to use this little one that I told you I don't use a lot because it's fine. So you're gonna use it in this little stencil at the top because you don't want a big brush, because if you use a bigger stencil brush, you definitely, this is too big. You don't want to use this one. So this is the one that's going to be perfect for in here. So that being said, we're going to lay this puppy right in here and kind of get an idea where your ribbon's going to be. Again, we're just going to go ahead and fill your brush up a little bit, and then we are going to set it off to the side. And we're going to get your, this one, let's use the burnt umber. Once again, like I said, we're going to use all of our colors that we just did. And always find a clean spot for paint. Because if you have paint and it's sitting out a little bit, it's going to get clumpy. And especially when you're dry brushing, you do not want that. You don't want some old paint getting stuck in your brush because it's not friendly. So I always tell the girls, especially if we're doing eyeballs or something on snowmen or dots, always put fresh paint on, because it'll just go on so much easier. Okay, kind of eyeball where your stencil is in the middle, and then you're just gonna stencil up and down. And you can lift it up so you can kind of see how it's looking. And then that's it. That's all it is. That's it. Okay, now we're gonna take our orange and we're gonna swirl and we're gonna tap, because we're just gonna pull a little bit at a time. And this is where you just need to take your time. Don't rush doing this, because if you get too much paint on your brush, it's gonna sneak underneath there and you're not gonna be happy when you're done at all. And this one I actually painted. I'm gonna show you two different techniques. If you want more of a rough looking, this one I painted it sand gray first. So I'm just gonna give you a different look. So that way you can choose which look you like better. And this one we're just gonna go with the all natural look. And if you guys like, you know, I can make something one way and when I craft with you, make it another way. I would love to do that. So you guys give me some feedback later on when you watch this and what you think. And you don't have to make it solid. You could just make it airy. You can make it all thick if you want, like there. But this one, I'm just gonna show you a different technique. I will tell you this new brush here, this one's really nice. Stencil brushes, I'm not so much picky with on their brushes. You know, it's just when you use those new ones, I don't know. It's funny because I've had some girls work at the store, you know, and they helped me get some base coating, and I'll never forget Mackenzie. She was just like, I always wanted new brushes, but now I get it. I don't know, it's just the thickness and the gripping of the paint. I don't know, it's just funny. Okay, so we're gonna stop there. I like the way this looks. Now, if you want to, what we're gonna do next, my puppy's on the other side of the door. She can hear me in here. I had to shut the door because if I'm home, I mean, do a load of laundry while you're home, right? So, of course, I start the laundry and it's going, it's spinning. I'm like, everybody's gonna hear my washer going. Okay, so with that being said, we're gonna go ahead, like you guys need to know I'm doing my laundry at home. Hey, when you can get your laundry done, do it. Okay, I'm gonna do, like I said, a little bit of a different technique on this one. And what I did, even though it had some darker brown in it, it's okay. Because you can, like I said, you can make it to do whatever you want. And before you work on your project, work on a piece of paper. Just get a piece of paper anywhere and practice on, and See what color techniques that you want on how you layer your paints in your brush. This is called blending. And like I said, you can do however you want. This is turning out so cute. That's a thing with crafting. You can do it one time one way, and then you do it the next time, it looks totally different. It's kind of like going to your hairdresser and getting an updo for your wedding, or you're gonna go to a function, you know, it always turns out different. Okay, so this is what it looks like so far. It looks totally different than this one, and it's totally up to you how you want to do it. You can do the sand gray and dry brushing along the edges, or you can do this. Now, since we're going to leave it like this, let's go ahead and let's put these in the water, and let's just dry brush the edge with the brown. Take another one of your little brushes, and there'll be times you guys will find out you're gonna use a lot of brushes, and it's okay. They're soaking in Dawn dish soap. They're gonna come clean. So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna fill that brush up and you're gonna tap it, and then you're just gonna pull along the edge just a little bit. This is just on the edge, that is it, okay? And then you're gonna pull a little bit, swirl and tap, and then you wanna take from the top and go down. This just gives it a little bit of dimension, texture, and again, just pull, tap, and we're just gonna frame it just a little bit. Okay. Oh, that's cute. Okay, so that's what we got. So now, what I would say, before you pick whatever color you want to pick your thankful to be, let's go ahead and let's glue this. And you don't have to put the wording on it, just remember that. It's totally yours. Do whatever you want to make it look the way you want it to look. It doesn't have to look like Sonya's. And then you're just gonna take a little bit of glue, you're gonna fine line that to hold it. And it won't take very long. Hot glue sometimes when you take your ribbon, if you get too much glue in there, it'll seep through a little bit. So just remember that, okay? And then you're gonna flip it over, make sure you don't have any paint under here that's wet. And then you're gonna go here. And then, as like I said, if I had a razor here, I would take that off, but I don't. So I had to go back to the store this morning because I forgot some of my things to do this live video. And when you start your craft project, just remember, if you don't have everything all together at one time, it's okay. Okay, so there you go. So there is that being said. This is what it looks like with no wording. Now, if you're still wondering if you want to do words on it, I would go ahead and take one of these little bows out. And again, this is your raffia. And as you see, it's a little thicker in areas. I want you to play around with it, bounce it out, because it's been in this packaging. It needs a little bit of jump start to make your bow smile. And then in that little area, you're just going to put a little dab of glue, and then you're going to hold it. Okay. I hope you guys are enjoying this. I mean, like I said, if you're going to get the paints out for one, you might as well do them both. Okay. And there is your bow. Now, if you don't want to do the word and you want to put another bow down here, grab another one of your bows, and you can put one right down here too, just like that. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to do the word blessed. Let's put our stencil out of the way because we're done with that one. And we are going to use, should we do mustard? I think mustard will be the best one for this. Okay, and just remember, if you need to get another plate, get another plate. So we're gonna put that one in there. We're gonna grab another one of those new brushes, and you're going to do the same thing. You're gonna go ahead and you are going to take this and you're just gonna pull that and you're just gonna dry brush over it. Now that one is solid. If you want to, since we're making everything kind of airy looking, let's do the same thing here. Dry brushing is a lot of fun. Don't let it frighten you. And you always remember when you're gonna take that, you're just gonna pull a little bit and tap. Because like I said, if you get too much on there, it's gonna glob, which no one likes globbing. And secondly, it will sneak underneath your stencil, which you don't want that either. Okay. So there's that. So to give you an idea, that is what it's gonna look like as that. Now, if you want some more texture, take that same brush, take it in your brown, dab it. Ooh, I like how this looks. Dab a little bit more because again, you don't want that dark brown to overpower your mustard. And keep going. Aww. This is when crafting gets fun. Be daring. Try new things. Because you never know when you have a new technique that will be your favorite that you want to share with your friends. Okay, so there's that. Now, if you still want some more yellow, take that, go again, swirl tap. If you feel like you got some brown too heavy in an area or you want to make it a little bit darker, use the same brush. You're blending anyway, so there you go. Okay, and then you're just going to take that and you're going to glue that on there. And that being said, you're going to take and just put a couple dabs of glue. You know what? Yeah, let's just go ahead and let's do this. In one of our other projects, I'll show you some really awesome glue that we buy at Menards. That is, let me tell you, once it's in one place, it's never coming off. Okay, put some hot glue in some spots. And don't put too much on there because it'll sneak out underneath and then you're not going to be happy. Okay? And we're going to go ahead and put this off to the side. And just however you want it to be, to have it look. There's that. And we're going to put another one of our cute little bows. You got a whole bag of them. Use them, right? Okay. And then you'll put a little spot here. And make sure it always cradles in there, because sometimes when you think you have it in there, you don't. And then you're pushing and no glue comes out. And then you get upset. It takes a little while for it to warm up. So when you're crafting, always start your heat gun first. And that way it's ready to go when you're ready to use it. Okay. And then you just put a little spot here and you hold that. And then you're going to get all your brushes out of the way. And I don't need this again, so I can throw it away. And we'll put this over here so we don't spill. Okay. And let's do this. Let's clean this out of the way so we can show you two different looks for your projects. And put these over here. Always have a clean surface like we said. Okay, so here is the first technique, and this was with sand gray, that your deco art, sand gray, and then this color that I have, I'll get them all out here so you guys can see. And if you need to stop this video and take a screenshot of your paints, then please do so. I'm going to put the paints that we used out because we didn't use anything else. These are my extra browns. Sometimes I like to switch it up. So these are the paints that you use for both projects. You have burnt orange, you have burnt umber, you have cobblestone, not sand gray. Sorry, they're so close together. And then honey brown. Okay, these are the four we used on your pumpkin that we made, which this is the one we made today. So there's that. And then this is the one that I made prior to show you guys. And this was a sand gray base. And then I took everything, and after I did this, I pulled the brown all the way through it. Okay. So this one, we did a different technique. We left it natural behind. We took your burnt umber and we took your stencil brush. And remember, we took your stencil brush this way and we tapped up here with the smaller one. So we took your sand gray, we took your cobblestone on top. Oh, wait. Yep. And then, no, I did. Scratch that. I used a little bit of Mississippi mud. You can see that right in there. And you can put actual lines on here if you want to have more definition, you can. Where this one, I did the dry brushing and I took it around. Can you see the difference? Okay, so then we went ahead and we did the dry brushing with the brown, your burnt umber on the top and the bottom. And then our blessed, we did the honey brown and we took some of that burnt umber and we went over it. And that's it. So you have two different looks and same color schemes. So again, it's totally up to you how you want your craft project to look. Like I said, it may not be what I like. I mean, you may not like what I do, but at least gives you the idea of how you can do it different ways with different paint colors. Okay, so now to break this one down. So just remember when you're buying this, everything's in multi-packs. So your board was $2.99. Your $1.99 was your stencil. $4.99, again, this ribbon that we used for both is $4.99. $2.99 for these and $3.99 for your lettering. So you break all that down. It was $16.95 for everything that you bought, and half off it was $4.27. So you think about it, the biggest investment you would have to make more is these little boards, which are going to cost you $1.50. So you can make, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, there's 12 bows in here. So you think about that. If you want to make it just like this, and then you have your wording, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So look at that. You can make 6 of these. And you have everything you need. You have your ribbon. And the only thing you need to do is buy 6 of these. And these are great gifts. You know, it'd be even cuter if you had a gathering at Thanksgiving and you want to make them as a party favor for your guest. Make these. I mean, if you, and then what would be really cute too is on the back, you can get you a permanent marker and then write to Mindy, Happy Thanksgiving, or you can do Happy Fall if you want to do it before so they can decorate with it for Thanksgiving. Just say, you're the best friend ever, love your BFF, Sonya, and then the year that you made it, so that way 10 years down the road they go, oh, do you remember making this? So these would be great party favors. So I would highly suggest go visit Hobby Lobby today, see what's on the shelves. I know they had more words than just these. These I thought were cute because grateful, yeah, 2 gratefuls, 2 thankfuls, and 2 blessed. So great project to do with your friends, with your kids. You can give them as give them to grandma and grandpa. I mean, grandma and grandpa have everything. So I mean, just give. I mean, giving's fun. So that's our craft project for today. And remember, you can make this and you can decorate any colors you want. I mean, if you want to make your pumpkin the cobblestone or the sand gray's a good one. And just remember just to make it any way you like. So next time our craft project is going to be probably winter related, or no, I'm going to, when I was at Hobby Lobby today and I found the plaque, we're going to do that. So I think that's it for today. I started my video on my watch, but I don't think I can finish it on my watch. I'm trying to figure out how to do this without having to leave. Oh look, it's still on there. Haha. We've been doing this for 53 minutes. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry. I didn't realize it was taking so much time to do these craft projects. And just going forward, I am just going to do the video and then I'm going to post it because I want to be crafting with you and just you. Because you're going to learn more if I'm just talking to you, and you can message me, you can call me, and I would do a one-on-one with any questions that you guys have with me, because that's just, you guys know me, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I love what I do, and I'm excited about sharing crafting with you with these little items that we find at Hobby Lobby to save you more money, have fun with your friends, make great gifts, and it's something that you made from the heart. Okay guys, I'm out of here. I will be talking to you soon, and I will be back. So I'm out. Bye guys.